Hello, good evening and happy Wednesday. I always have to stop and see which one it is, which day of the week it is, look. So I'm just getting my screen here ready for you. And what have I got in store for today? Today was a last minute one. I've had a template of something out on the table that I want to recreate. Something that I did ages and ages ago. So there is probably a pre-recorded recording of it. So what I'm going to do is look that up and I will pop that across to you. I'll put it in the link afterwards so that you can see that one. That's without all the chatter. Okay, but it's got the measurements on there as well. So let me get you down onto the table. I'm going to bring you across there and we'll see where we're going. So it is just past 9 o'clock. So the papers I'm going to be using tonight, just trying to get away from the celebration just briefly, and I try to just break things up a little bit. Hi Maxine, first one on today. So I wanted something bright and cheerful. So I went to the annual catalogue and I have these papers at the top here. There are also note cards and envelopes, which I have put somewhere safe away, out of sight. They were on the table. Oh, here, look. Buried. So these are, if I just take them out so you can see them. These are the note cards and envelopes. Now, we know that we're conscious that this catalogue is going to be disappearing and changing and updating. So these are the note cards and envelopes, which are really, really gorgeous. Okay, and these are the base cards. Now, you know what? I could actually use one of these. I went and got things ready for a base card. And you know what? I could think actually I could be using these. There's two designs in there. So you've got the brights and you've got the pinks. So graduated pinks. But having said that, because I'm going to put matte layers on top of it, I won't use these today, but I wanted you to just to show that I've put on here note cards and envelopes as well. So you've got all of the papers. So let's get those off there. And then these ones are the papers. So these are these ones here. So you can see all these designs in there. I've pre-cut some layers for you. So hi everybody joining. Hi Marilyn, Linda, Shaz, Gillian. Oh, everybody's flooded in now, look. There we go. So I'm going to use these ones just to be bright and cheerful and make a change really. So the card I'm going to make, this is one that I've had out on my table when I've been clearing up. I found this one and I thought, yeah, I need to do this again. So some of you might have seen it before, and this one has got a couple of layers on it. These papers are well retired, they're a good few years old, but we're going to make these again. Now I've cut some of the pieces, I haven't cut my matte layers yet, so but that's what I'm kind of going to work to today. So the papers I've chosen today, I've chosen to cut, these are my 3 pieces of cake. So that's the top, middle and the bottom. Okay, so I'll probably have that like so. And then I've got some coloured card out that I'm going to just mat into those layers. Now these ones are, it's my piece of paper. The bottom one here is 2 inches by 3 inches. This one is 1.5 by 2.5, and this one is 1 by 2. So these ones the next layers I will put to mat these behind. So I had bright light layers behind there. I'm going to be cutting those 1/8 of an inch larger. Now I have confused you tonight because I did kind of go to inches and centimetres together. I started off in one and finished up with the other. Now I have these papers, these cards here, just to see, because I thought I just picked the colours out of the card. So I've only used 2 on these papers. I've used 2 blues and a green, and a blue and a green. So I think I'm going to use Berry Burst as the background. This is the break layer in the middle, and then this will be the first DSP. I think I'm going to just chop that down just slightly to make it for the 2 layers again. So we won't use the white. We'll have a base card in Berry Burst. So as always, if I turn these over and I'm lucky, I find a card ready done. Is it a side fold or, yeah, they're both side folds. So we'll put one away and get that one out of the way. So that's going to be my base. This is going to be our layer, but I want one in between the 2. So I'll take a piece of card out of here. And these were my centimetre ones, so apologies for that. Shaz, the cats have both been in literally moments before I went online and now disappeared again. So yeah, I think we've lost them for the night. So I've done, this is the base card here. is a standard base card, folded in half, cut in half, folded in half. This one was 9.5 by 13.8. So I'm going to do the next layer, the blue layer, 10 by 14.3. Okay, so 14.3 won't go that way, so we'll have to do 10 by 14.3. Okay, so I'll pop those two to one side because we might be grateful of those to match some of these. Okay, so that's going to come in the middle of this one. So we've got a bit of the blues and the pinks going on. Okay, like so. So that's nice. It's nice balance there to pick those colours out. And the blue actually brings through to the blue hues in that pink. So these are the three that I now need to cut 1/8 of an inch bigger on each of those. So I'm going to do a couple in blue and then one in pink, I think. Or two pinks. 2 pinks and 1 blue. No. A pink and 2 blues, because blues in there, there's only pink in there. So let's start with the pink one so I don't get lost. I'm going to do this 1 5/8 by 2 5/8 in the pink. Okay. So 1 5/8 by 2 5/8. So I've just got to find a piece that's big enough. And tell by looking a little bit. They're all too small, aren't they? They are all too small. They're just narrow pieces. Let's take that one out. So a 1 5/8. So when I'm cutting into a big piece and I really don't want to, I go the narrowest measurement down to cut off. So 1 5/8, and then 2 5/8 on there. Only because I cut the boxes in inches. The sizes really don't matter on this one too much, as long as you keep these ones uniform and those ones uniform. So the other two will be in blue. Now we've got these 2 pieces from just now. So I'm going to pop that on there. Yeah, that's going to be fine. So this piece here is going to be 1 1/8 and 2 1/8. So 2 1/8 by 1 1/8, 1 and 1. Make sure they're kept straight on your lines here. Hold it down and take that away. So that's for that one. Just to have the little layers behind them. Okay, and then this bigger one is 2 1/8 and 3 1/8. So the longest edge here, 3 1/8. I think that was. Yeah. And what did I say? 2 1/8. 2 1/8. I love this card. I did it a long while ago, as I said, and it's just really nice one to do. I could gut these out of the middle, but really, I haven't really got anything on the table easily to hand. So tonight, it's going to be, I'm going to say it's going to be gutless. Now, my tweezers, ouch. Those of you who have these tweezers, there's a little drawing pin in here. Don't pick it up upside down and pick it up with your finger inside, because I just tried to stab myself. Take my lid off my Tombow, make sure we're flowing on the back there. Yep. Okay, so these are in the annual catalogue. They've been here for nearly coming up to 12 months will be. Next month, I actually will be at a convention in Rotterdam. So a month today, I will, I'll be back. I'll just about be back. And I'm going to see Shaz, who's in the comments here as well. So Shaz is coming, and we're meeting up in London and travelling with Ruth as well. So it's going to be really nice to get together with all our demonstrator colleagues. But one of the perks of going and actually paying and our dues and taking time out is that we get to see the 24 to 25 annual catalogue. So that's a really exciting time. Can't wait to see what is carrying over, what new things we have coming in. I have a list of likes to look up on. So again, I'm going to do these ones flat as well. I could gut something, but I'll leave it today. So this is just my second matte. Oops, that didn't come out. My second matte layer onto the first, a little bit in the middle to hold it. And hold my breath while I get a tiny border around the outside. Okay, Just make sure you're all still there, because it's. I know the internet is has been a bit dodgy for some people with the atmospherics at the moment. It did come up with a little note on there, so I hope we're all streaming okay. Just a nice little border around there. There we go. So that's the basis of our card here. So I like to work that way on. So the bottom one here, just bring the card back. The bottom one's going to go on first. Okay. I am going to put some pads on here, but these are going to be sloping, joining on here and here. Okay. So I need to grab my tear and tape that is behind the camera, just in there. Move that out of the way. Sorry. So I'll need some tear and tape. So I like to put this one on. This one will be on foam pads. So let's get that one down first. So I've got the pads ready. It's going to come there. Yeah, the tweezers have a proper grip thing here, not where the pinhole is. So it is a safety, but I just picked it up with the left hand. And the other that isn't my dominant hand, and upside down as well. So this is my bottom piece here, and I'm going to place that one on there. Decide which way up I want it. I think that one looks nicer. So I'm going to have this on here just a little way up from the bottom, and again central each side. Okay, so this one now will rest on here. So this will be flat, and these ones will be raised. So I want pads at the top. Okay, and then tape along this side. Are you keeping up with me? So just put some tear and tape on there, literally nail against it and tear it, and that will be exactly the right. Sorry, I'm quiet today. Oh dear, sorry to hear that, Shaz. So sorry. This isn't wanting to come off here. Let me get my take your pick tool and just flick that off there. So the pads are going at the top, so it's still raised on the same level, and this is just going to attach the width of that tape on here, just in the center. Okay, so that's our second layer, and then we're going to do exactly the same with this one. So we want this bottom layer to be flat, so some more tape. Let's put it to one side. Just refresh that. This is the side I want the tape on. There we go, and then along the top here we will have some dimensionals. Okay, like so. Tip that in the bin. Okay. So flick that one off there, get underneath. And then that's going to come in the centre here and pop that on there like so. Just in this, yeah, get it evens left to the right, and there is our cake. Okay, so that is, I've got some twine on this one just to refresh where that one is. Another time, what I would probably have remembered to do is to attach these cake pieces together first, and then you can wrap your twine round. I very much doubt I will get that through there now. Very much so. There is a path through there between the dimensionals, but it's very, very difficult to get that through. If I grab the twines out here, there's a reason I'm going to pick. If I use the silver one, I will try it, because we're doing good time, because I was partly cut today. How are we for time? Oh, look, we're only 15 minutes in, look. So this twine, can you remember when I said about taking twines off here? If you run it between your thumb and your finger, it will actually straighten out some of the kink in there. So I'm going to just poke this through and see if I get anywhere. Okay, I might not, but hey, we can try, can't we? Just feed that through and see if it will come out the top. Oh no, it's coming out the side there, look. This really will be a major feat if it comes out the top. No, it's not going anywhere, is it? Who's still with me, seeing me doing all this silly? I think it's just, oh no, it's still coming out the side. Okay, so, like I say, if you're doing this yourselves, stick the 3 pieces together before you stick it down. I'm just going to gently just prise these off. I can put some more glue in there, it's not a problem. So it can actually see its path through. Okay, that one and that one. There's one there that I didn't actually take the pads off the back of. So I can take that one off now. Okay, so that will stick next time, won't it? So I'm going to come in this way, downwards instead. So it's just to wrap it round, really. And it's just going to come out the bottom. Well, let's do it this way. I feel really silly now, because I should have stuck these together. Got carried away. All going so well, wasn't it? There we go. You lift that up, grab hold of that, and out we go. So the ones I've just lifted, I'm just going to put a little bit of touch that with Tombow just to make sure it sticks. That one's okay, and stick on that one. There we go. And they will go down as good as new. And grab hold of that so it doesn't slide out again. So this is going to be our stack of presents all tied at the top. Right. Don't you dare fall out. There we go. So I'm going to, like I've done on this one, I'm just going to wrap that round and tie this up to one side. Okay, just far enough to be where the stop gap is, where the dimensionals are at the top there. Okay, so I'm going to slide that through a little bit more, cut this off a similar length, like so. And we're going to do a knot first. I like, when I do things like this, I do like to do a knot to hold it in place. So we'll do left over right, and then right over left. Okay, and that will be our bow. Just going to pull that tight. Keep it straight. So pull the bottom one tight and then pull the top one under my finger. Okay, like so. You'll find that the gold and silver, the essentials, the Simply Elegant trim, these are firmer. They're not so bouncy as Baker's twine is. So it's easier to poke that one through like I've just done. Okay, so we're going to make a little bow here. Grab hold of the end if you can't, if you've got big thumbs like me with a plaster on it. You can grab hold of it with your tweezers. Okay, and just bring that tight. Take your ends down. Pull those evenly and then just pull that tight again. Now a little tip for you. If you find that your twine, the silver and gold, is too bouncy and it springs open, what you can do is to grab a mini glue dot. And you can actually put that in the middle. So if I was to undo that again, you know you like to see me doing bows up. So if I take this, I'm going to use my tweezers, push the mini glue dot into a little sausage shape, put that in the middle of the knot, sorry, on there. Okay, and now if I tie the bow over the top of the glue dot, when I pull those tight, it will actually bring that tighter onto the glue dot and we can make that stick and not come undone. Just make sure you get your tails even first, like so, and then when we pull those tight, okay, I can press that down with my bone folder. Okay, that will go into that jelly dot, so it's all nice and secure in there. Okay, and I might even go so far as to put another one rolled up underneath, okay, to stop it sliding anywhere. Push it along like a little sausage. Okay, and then that would just slide underneath there, like so. Leave that behind and pull the tweezers out. There we go, and again, just press that down so it's nice and secure. There we go, so those two pieces can come down. You can have your tails as long or as short as you like. Like a little bit too long there, so I'll bring those back to there and there. Okay, so they're done. And there's our card is really coming together. Okie doke, I'll just get those out of the way. Okay, how are we doing? That's good. So there was the card we had before. I just want to put a greeting on here now. So I'm going to cut some layers for a greeting and then we will be there. What I've done ahead of time, I grabbed hold of, I made a couple actually, the banners out of here. The smallest, one of the smallest ones here. Okay, so that's that one. I might actually, I was wondering whether to do a piece of this out each side. I think I'll leave it. Yeah, I'll leave that one today. And the sentiments I've chosen today was I'm going to find one of these that will fit inside my greeting. I'd like to put smile in there if that's going to fit. So that's the one we're going to choose. Okay, just test for size. And smile will fit in there lovely. Smile can be for any occasion, okay? You could have happy birthday. Because it's a gift, actually, that might be a better idea. Yeah, I think I'll do that. It's a bit more appropriate, isn't it, to a gift to have happy birthday on there, like so. Pop this one away so I don't lose it. In there. There we go. Now the ink, I've gone for the Berry Burst again, the same as a card base. And it's a wee bit on the large side. You I'll stamp that in the centre. Sorry if my head's in the way. Okay. And there we go. Lovely and clear. I love this set. So Circle Sayings is a bundle. And it comes with one of the circle punches with it as well. Okay, but lots of greetings in there. There's 14 stamps. So that's a nice one to have. So this is going to go on here. I'm just going to take a little bit of... It'll be Berry Burst. I'm going to use a little bit of that ink. We've got a very white greeting here. And I'm conscious I don't want it to be that bright. So I'm just going to use the ink just to fluff over those edges. I'll try and bring that up to the screen so you can see me. So I'm just going to take off some of that whiteness around the edges. I'm just sponging off there. Okay, just very, very lightly, just to bring that in a little bit from the edges. Okay, then around the edge there. And down the last side there. Put that back in the pot. So again with this, see whether we want to have a layer around that. Could just put that on there direct, or we could have a little layer around the sides like that. I'm going to try and do that, I think. Let's just work out what sizes I want the card to be. Let's go just slightly bigger than that. So just over 2 and just over 6 for that one. So let's grab the mini trimmer. Go just over the 6 centimeters. So 6.1 and 2.1 on there. Should we keep those lines straight? A bit hard to see when it's got the guard in place. Stuck in there. Okay, and then this one should fit on top. Like so. Just a tiny little border round. Might have a little bit... Ooh, I might need to shave a little bit off that one. Just want that hint. I don't want it too big. Hold my breath, sorry. We'll go quiet for a moment. Just trying to get that even down the side there. I think I need to get some isopropanol. I've got glue on there, so that does stop it sliding so nicely. That's better. It's just got that tiny little accent around the edges. And then all I'm going to do is trim off the corners. Okay, so we'll hold that one down, bring that over, a little bit top and bottom, just gives it that extra edge, really, really tiny. There we go. And then we need the glasses on, and I'm just going to take those little outside corners off. The snips. because this shape in the dies has got the actual corners just off there, those sides there. I've got the card, so it's just, I'm literally just going to freehand cross that corner, and that one, and that one. Just leaving the same little border across there. Now that one, because we're raised once on this pad, I'm just going to pop that flat on here. There's minimal hanging over the edge there, so I'm just going to leave that flat. Use my Tombow, keep it away from that end, this side. Okay, so I'll come up to there and let that hang over the end. I think the last card I did up quite high on here as well. There, wherever you like it to be. And I like it hanging off the end just to give a bit of dimension to it. Okay. Being a skeet shoot. Go on, you'll have to tell me, what is skeet shooting? I have to watch it all on Catchbook. You're welcome, Anne, that's not a problem. So there is the finished card. So there's the one that I made several years ago with the colours. This, I know that die set has retired. And there's tonight's one. So any of your scraps of paper that you have left over, you can just chop them all together and then make several of those. And I just think that looks really nice. We do need some gems on there though, don't we? Let's come around there. Lovely card. Oh, bless. You're welcome. So it was a quicker one tonight because I've got some pre-cut. I've got escaped gems there. I'd like to use the lavender ones if I can find them quickly. Look at those. I think this is berry burst at the end here. I think they will go nicely. So, tweezers. Oh, bless you, Linda. There we go. Where should we just randomly put some? In fact, no, I won't randomly. I'm going to put 3 down the corner. I like doing this for things. Just lining them up straight. And they are the perfect colour to match these. These are the lavender gems, painted lavender. There we go, just to fill that little void in the corner there. Okay, so I hope you like that. I will do the diagram. I will put the screenshot up of the video that I recorded, whenever it was, and it's got in the screen. I've got all the measurements for you. Absolutely, Gillian. It's a really good one to do, and it's for birthdays or any occasion where you're going to gift something to somebody. It's just a lovely, lovely one to do, and they are quick. You see, they don't have to take a long while, and just have some coordinating papers. No matter what the colours, this one would have done for a man, wouldn't it? Because it's blues and greens, but still got polka dots in the background. So I just thought this was a nice, bright, and easy one. Okay, like I say, I will put the template up with the figures I've written on a screenshot, and I know it's in the video. Okay, so I will look that up for you. Bring you back over to me, take that off, there we go. Yeah, I will look that one up, and when I go back next door, I'll take a photo and I'll put the link on there for you, so then you get it without all my natter and the chatter responding to the comments. Okay, so take care, and I will see you again soon. Don't forget, we are approaching the last day to get this mat. I'm loving my mat. It is the last day on the 29th, which is next week, next Thursday. So I've got 2 more sessions to see you, and if you're interested in anything from Celebration, then give me a shout. Okay,